handsome prince with a gloomy face, for he did not have a bride. Oh, he sighed, alas, and he pined, alas, but alas, the prince couldn't find, alas, who would suit his mother's bride. For a princess is a delicate thing, delicate and dainty as a dragonfly's wing. You can recognize a lady by her elegant air, but a genuine princess is exceedingly rare. On a stormy night, to the castle door came the last the prince had been waiting for. I'm a lost princess, wrote she. But the queen was cool and remained aloof, and she said, perhaps, but you'll need some proof. I'll prepare a test and see. I will test her thus. The old queen said, I'll put downy mattresses upon her bed, and beneath those 20 mattresses I'll place one tiny pea. If that pea disturbs her slumber, then a true princess is she. Now the bed was soft and extremely tall, but the dainty lass didn't sleep alone, and she told them so next day. Said the queen, my dear, if you felt that pea, then we drooping above your royalty. Let the wedding music play, and the people shouted quietly, hooray! For a princess is a delicate thing, delicate and dainty as a dragonfly's wing. You can recognize a lady by her elegant hair, but a genuine princess is exceedingly rare. There are many versions of the story, and I sing them all. This one is the prettiest, but it's not quite accurate. I happen to know the true story of the Princess and the Bee for the very good reason that I was there. It was a small kingdom ruled over by a talkative queen and a mute king. The princess in the true story was not the only one to put to the test. She was actually one of 13 girls. Girls who came to the castle hoping to wed the prince, but for some reason or another, were found to be unsuitable. As a matter of fact, on the day I arrived in court, they were busy testing princess number 12. And a curious quiz was in progress.
Are you ready for the next question? I guess so. Okay. The next question concerns famous rulers. Are you quite ready? Uh-huh. Name 3 kings. Is that clear? Yes. Could you please repeat the question? Oh, yes. Name 3 kings. May I take the 3rd king first? Go ahead, yes. All right. The 3 kings are...
Is this a trial?
Oh, no, it's a royalty test to find out if she's a true princess. King John, King Arthur, and...
Does it matter if she's a true princess?
Well, yes, if she's a true princess, then we can all get married. King Ethelred? That's absolutely correct.
She's smart, Mama. She's the best one yet. Can I marry her now? Can I please?
No, sweetheart. There's still one more question.
This test is not going to be fair. It's the law that isn't fair.
The law?
The marriage law. Throughout the land, no one may wed till dauntless to the altar is led.
Dauntless.
St. George. 2, the dragon. 3, 11, no, 12 rows of teeth, and they were iron. And 4. Could you please repeat the question? Yes. What was the middle name of the daughter-in-law of the best friend of the blacksmith who forged the sword that killed the beast? Middle name? Middle name. The daughter-in-law. In-law. Now, you have about 30 seconds to answer.
Oh, pass, please, pass.
Do you speak, my lady?
No,
20 seconds. Oh.
I do wish her luck. She's a pretty little thing.
10 seconds. Oh. I'm terribly, terribly sorry, my dear. Oh. Your time is up.
Too bad, my dear, too bad. You did show certain aptitude, but as for the true brilliance of royalty, I'm afraid not. Remember, true blood will tell, and yours didn't tell us quite enough. However, to show that there are no hard feelings, here's a nice consolation prize for you. Now, goodbye, good luck, and get out. Sweetheart, don't stop pouting. Come along, novice.
Oh, I liked her.
So did I.
Wow. Must every princess get the bird?
Absurd. I've never heard a test so difficult to pass.
Alas, alas, is what I lack, alas, alas, alas.
Without the lamp, no one may wed till dawn. It's dead,
Lonely spinster's life goes. And get the prince a royal wife.
We have an opening for a princess, for a genuine certified princess.
When we intend to end this dilemma weary.
None of the ladies give a fig for living in sin. We have an opening for a princess, for a beautiful bonafide princess.
With the beautiful night,
None of the ladies are having any fun. Leave the gentlemen 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 10, 10, sounds of fight. And give the prince a royal wife. Ladies are having any. No one is having any. No one is having any. And it's been God knows how long since we have an opening for a princess who's good enough, nice enough, straight enough, smart enough, rich enough for our prince.
Sir Minstrel,
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken, you're new here.
that is correct, mademoiselle.
Splendid! Watch closely. I take a perfect piece of parchment. Notice that it's a full piece with no cuts, folds, or concealed pockets. Now, what I plan on doing is that...
Pardon me, Cardamon. I would have taken the minstrel to sign in with Castle Steward.
This way, please.
Thank you. I'm on my way to Normandy. I won't be staying long.
You know, for your father's sake, I put up with a great deal from you. And how many times have I told you not to call me Cardamon in the court? Don't give me that just because your father and I were still business together, not for now.
Oh, Sir Harry.
Darling,
Sweet Larkin,
you missed the test.
my new responsibilities as chivalry knight of the Herald keeps me busy.
She was a failure.
No,
Yes.
don't despair, for we have plenty of time. If a true princess is not found within the next few months, I'll go find one myself. Or I don't deserve to wear these spurs.
Darling,
Yes, my love?
do you remember the royal joust on Whitsunday when you won those spurs?
Well, of course.
And you were called Sir Harry, the fairest and bravest knight in all the land, and everyone agreed you had a brilliant future ahead of you, and that you might someday become Lord Chamberlain or ever Prime Minister.
Well, I don't know about Prime Minister.
And we had that picnic later on the greensward with the lovely cold pheasant.
Yes.
And you and I wandered away from the others to climb the hill and watch the sun go down.
Yes.
And a lark was singing in the trees, and you said you'd remember that moment forever because the lark's song reminded you of my name.
Yes, Larkin, yes.
And then we watched the sun go down.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to have a baby. So you see, a princess Patotless must be found, and sooner. I shall have to go away somewhere. Oh, darling, I'm so worried. This could ruin you, and you'd never be Prime Minister. Anything. Just say the word, Harry, and I'll go away. I'll go far away, where nobody can find me.
No, you stay here. Why should we both suffer our lives just because you had a moment of weakness?
No, Harry.
None of us perfect. Everything's going to be all right.
Thank you, Harry.
Walk along, as you know, we can't walk before our dreams come true. No, because I don't belong, furthermore, I shan't belong to anyone but you. In a little while, just a little while, you and I will be 1, 2, 3, 4. In a little while, I will see you smile on the face of my son to be forever hand in glove is the way I had it planned. But I'll only stay in love if the glove contains your hand.
In a velvet gown, I'll be coming down the aisle, and it's bound to seem as though the wait is only been a little while. November. My time is out to bring me on, for soon the world will see me on maternal bride to be. I know I mustn't worry, Harry, still I wish you Harry, 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 marry me.
In a little while, just a little while, you and I will be 1, 2, 3, 4. In a little while, I will see you smile on the face of my son to be forever hand in glove is the way I had it planned. But I'll only stay in love if the glove contains your hand. I can see it all down to every small detail.
I told you not to look at the sun.
Yes, Mama.
That's better. Sextimus! If I've told you once, I've told you 100,000 times, I will not have you playing these foolish games and running around in the halls. It just isn't dignified. We are the rulers of this kingdom, and if we don't set a proper example for the rest of the court, I would like to know who will. I mean, what is the point of being a ruler if one isn't going to behave as a ruler should?
Mama?
Now what?
Mama, when am I going to get my princess?
Dauntless, I don't want to discuss that right now. It's time for your cocoa.
But Mama, sometimes I get the funniest feeling that you don't want me to get married.
Don't want you to get married? Don't want you to get married, Dauntless. Don't you trust me?
Well, of course, Mama, but...
Well, then how can you say such a thing? Of course I want you to get married. How many times have I said to you I want you to get married? Only this morning I was saying to your father, I said, Sextimus! I want that boy to get married. It just isn't normal for a boy his age to stay single. After all, he is the prince, I said. Don't forget that. He's next in line for the throne. I mean, we aren't exactly the oldest people in the kingdom, but on the other hand, we aren't going to live forever. And I just know that I would feel much better, much easier, and more relaxed in my mind if I knew that boy were married and settled and set. And that's absolutely verbatim exactly what I said to your father this morning. Of course, he didn't say anything. He never does, but you know him just as well as I do, and I don't have to tell you how impossible he is. But that's my price of pain, and I don't want you to worry your head one tiny bit about the fact that your father and I don't get along and never have. It makes me miserable and makes me suffer. Well, I just have to put up with it, and I will not allow it to affect my child's attitude toward him or me. He may be a mean, stupid, dreadful, selfish, rotten man, but he's your father, and I want you to respect him. After all, there's only one person who really cares about you and really worries about your health and your happiness and your future, and that is exactly what I'm talking about right now, your future. And I want to make myself absolutely clear that I want you to get married, but I don't want you to marry just anybody. After all, marriage is a lifetime partnership, and I wouldn't want to see my little boy make the same mistake I did and wind up miserable the way I did. You are a prince, and you must remember that you must marry someone suitable. Someone who's good enough and smart enough and fine enough for my good, nice, sweet, beautiful baby boy. And of course she must be a princess. I do mean a real princess. That is one thing I insist upon. She must be a genuine, bona fide princess, just as I was. And that is what you really want, isn't it? Someone like me? Of course you do. Oh, if I were only 20 years younger. Now just remember this, you must trust me. Your Highness, Your Majesty.
Hello, Harry.
Don't interrupt! Well, Sir Harry wishes to speak with you, madam. Well?
Your Majesty, I have the honor to request a perilous labor. I wish to search for a true princess, one of royal blood, who will suit Your Majesty and Prince Dauntless.
No!
Mama!
No, no, no! We have already been through all the eligible princesses in all the neighboring kingdoms, and there are none left. We'll simply have to wait for the younger sisters to grow up, and that'll take years.
No, Your Majesty. I wish to travel over the mountains.
Over the mountains.
Across the Badlands.
Across the Badlands.
Into the marshland with a beautiful swamp lily road.
Into the marshland? Are you out of your mind?
Let him go, Mama! Let him go!
You won't find anything there except for frogs and tadpoles and things.
Mama!
Do you have any idea what the weather there is like? Do you have any idea how damp and foggy and
Mama, please!
quiet and humid and oppressive and slimy and...
Mama, let Sir Harry try. For me, please.
All right, it's your sinus. Hooray! Now come along, Dauntless, you've missed your cocoa.
Good luck, Harry. Good luck.
Don't worry, little Larkin. I'll find a true princess, one who is sure to pass the test.
I believe you. I'm not afraid.
I shan't be away long.
Only fly as fast as you can, my love. We'll be waiting for you.
We?
Sir Harry's perilous journey took 3 weeks, and Lady Larkin had all but given up hope that he would ever return. Then, one sunny morning in mid-April, when the crocuses were just beginning to lightly dot the meadows, the lookout in the north tower spied 2 distant figures fast approaching, and the alarm was spread. Sir Harry's coming! Sir Harry's coming with the new princess! Now let's see. How does this part go in the original story? On a stormy night to the castle door came the lass the prince had been waiting for. That, of course, is entirely untrue. It wasn't even storming that night. In fact, it wasn't even night at all. And the princess only looked as though she'd coming from a storm.
Actually, I swam the boat. But never mind, you understand. Right here, there's a nice raft. I'll be dry in no time.
Look, Mama, she's all wet.
You swam the boat?
We tried to stop her, but she wouldn't wait for all three.
You swam the boat?
It's hurry to her as soon as possible.
We had to get a rope and pull her out.
You swam the boat. All right, I was a little anxious. See my friend, Sir Harry? Oh, he's still up there. He told me you had an opening for a princess. Any princess, you know, I figured. The early bird. Well, anyway, here I am. Who's the lucky man? Hey, naughty, naughty, is it you?
Hey, naughty, 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 no.
Hey, naughty, naughty, is it you?
Naughty, 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 naughty.
Hey, naughty, naughty, is it you? Naughty, 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 naughty.
Naughty, 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 naughty.
No, no, no! Someone's being bashful. That's no way to be. Not with me, can't you see? That I am just as embarrassed as you, and I can't understand your point of view. I've always been shy. I confess it, I'm shy. Can't you guess that this confident air is a mask that I wear 'cause I'm shy? And you may be sure that everybody knows. Though some people I know might deny it, I bought it on quiet and pure. I'm aware that it's wrong to be weak as I am. My fears have been half tried. I pretend to be strong, but as weak as I am, all I can do is try. God knows I try. Though I'm right and shy. And despite the impression I give, I confess that I'm living a lie. Because I'm actually terribly timid and horribly shy. Though a lady may be dripping with glamour, as often as not she will stumble and stammer when suddenly confronted with romance. And she's likely to fall on her face when she's finally face to face with a pair of pants. Quite often, the lady's not as hard to please as she seems. Quite often, she'll settle for something less than the man of her dreams. I'm going fishing for a mate. I'm gonna look in every front. But how much longer must I You swam the moat? Does she ever say anything other than you swam the boat?
You should ask her.
Oh, do you ever say anything other than you swam? Do you mean to ask me to believe that you are a true princess of royal blood? And that I'm to actually understand that you have the nerve and the gall and the presumption to apply for my son's hand in marriage?
Mama, may I say something?
No! Do you imagine for even one moment that I would ever consider you suitable for any son of mine? You are laboring under a very unfortunate misapprehension, my dear, and my son won't be marrying any moat swimmer, not while I have a breath in my body. And I haven't been feeling at all well. Not well at all. I get these shooting pains right through here. And don't try to tell me it's the vapors. I know what the vapors are. I have had the vapors.
Excuse me? You're new here, aren't you? Splendid. I have a perfect piece of parchment. Notice that it is a full piece of parchment with no cuts, folds, creases.
You're the one, I guess.
Sure. I'm Prince Dauntless the Drab.
Dauntless? Well, I love my check.
I like you. Everybody does. Well, almost everybody.
Dauntless, I'd like to stay here, but I wouldn't want to come between you and your mother, so I guess I'll just face the facts, cut my losses, and head back to the swamp.
But I really like you.
You do? Why?
You swam the moat.
Dauntless, I know I swim the moat, but I'm not like that. That's not the real me. Actually, I'm shy!
You should see her swim, Mama. She's wonderful.
Thanks, isn't she?
I like her, Mama. She swam the moat
It's cold!
twice.
I don't need any help!
Can I marry Mama? Can I, please?
Marry her? Oh, why, of course not, Dauntless. Marry? You marry a true princess. Marry someone.
Your Majesty, I wish to announce her royal arrival, Your Highness, Princess Winifred.
I'm afraid you're a little late. She's been here and gone.
Gone.
Yes, she's swimming home. That, Sir Harry, is no princess.
But Your Majesty, she is.
What?
Sir Harry, that one in the moat? Oh, you jest so.
On my honor as knight, I swear she is. I have her papers right here.
Winifred, the woebegone princess of Ilkill. Guardian of the Midgard serpent. Warden of the Ragnarok marsh lily. Her family crest reads, Turni Sidi, Malisi, Contriad, Aliad Etu.
What does that mean?
Roughly it means, if at first you don't succeed.
Oh, never mind!
You see, Mama? She is a real princess. Can we have a test, please? For me?
All right, we'll test her.
Yay!
The wizard and I will put on our thinking caps and come up with a nice, fair test, just as we always do.
Get her by the leg!
This is her leg.
Oh, that's not my leg! We'll test her for sensitivity. Everyone listen up! We'll test the girl, and I will prove to you all that she is no princess. She'll fail just like all the others, fair and square. Fail what?
Every princess suing for my hand has to take a loyalty test to prove that she's a real princess.
What kind of test?
It's always highly secret.
Huh. Well, we'll worry about that later. Right now, I better get out of these wet clothes.
Wait, can I show you a part of the castle on the way to your room?
Sure.
You're awfully nice.
You're nicer.
And you're good looking too.
You're
king. Well, you're a better swimmer.
Oh, Your Majesty, I'm so excited. Sir Harry is back. Yes, and he's brought us a sweet princess. Have you seen her? Oh, well, I haven't, but I'm sure she's as delicate as an orange blossom. And I'm to be her lady in waiting. Sir Harry arranged it. Isn't he thoughtful? He arranges everything.
See, minstrel, my father always wants to follow his footsteps, and
Well, then I landed this jester job and just, What's wrong? You seem worried. Oh, about what? Who? Some lady. Which one? 2 syllables. First syllable. Bird. Some sort of bird. All right. Hawk, jay, eagle, finch, peewee, swan, dove, pigeon, lark, lark. Lady Larkin. Yeah. Lady Larkin? Lady Larkin and knight. Which knight? Sir Harry. Yeah. Dust. Sounds like dust, I suppose. Lust. Must. Oh, yeah. You're starting over, right? Lady, she's in trouble. What kind of trouble? Big trouble. How many syllables? She's gonna have a baby. Oh. Does anyone else know? Well, Sir Harry, yeah. Yeah, of course. Besides Sir Harry. You and us, and Lady Larkin.
Oh, don't worry. We can keep the secret. The question is, can you?
We know you can't speak, but you still manage to communicate. We have only 2 voices among us, and yet there's a 3rd voice, a voice in disguise. You'll be hearing a trio and not a duet if you listen with both of your eyes. Kindly, with both of your, we produce a unique and remarkable blend when we raise our 3 voices on high. We're in perfect accord from beginning to the king and the minstrel and I. Yet if one of our trio should ever depart, then the others would languish and die. We're like 3 different people with only one, the king and the jester and I. Sing hey, nonny, nonny, hey, nonny, nonny, hi, diddle, diddle. Strike up a tune on the... Oh, the bishop declares our behavior is crude, and he piously looks to the sky. Because when we go swimming, we all go to the king and the jester, the king and the minstrel. Oh, the victor makes wine from the grapes that he grows. 20 barrels were lost last July. Where they went is a secret that nobody but. Oh, the cook claims she's missing 1 chocolate cradle and a fish that was ready to fry. Guess who's dining on pastries and fillet of? Sing hey, nonny, nonny, hey, nonny, nonny, needle and thimble. Crash us a clash on the... It's been said of our king that his morals are loose, but the queen is much worse on the sly. Well, what's good for the gander is good for the... To the king and the jester, the king and the
the way Donna wants it, and that's the way it'll be. She'll have her test.
Well, Your Majesty, her papers do seem to be in order.
I know, and the worst part is that that foolish boy actually seems to like the girl. So we must think of a test that looks fair, sounds fair, seems fair, and isn't fair. When you got the idea of testing her for sensitivity, I could have applauded right out loud. But exactly what?
Table manners.
No, that's not good enough. Sensitivity, sensitivity, I'm just loaded with that. In this one word is the epitome of the aristocrat. Sensitive soul, sensitive stomach, sensitive hands and feet.
This is the blessing.
Also the curse of being the true elite. Common people don't know what exquisite agony is. Suffered by gentle people like me. Just get your hands off me. Think of a tricky test. The wretched milk-swimming princess.
May I suggest? Maybe we ought to.
Don't take all night. I'm not well. I need my rest. Not that I'll ever sleep on that lumpy mattress. So God, my back. Sensitivity, vein of royalty. That bed's a torture rack. Oh, I hate you so grumpy, but my nerves are so jumpy. I'm sure I could feel any lumpy, and if you were under the mattress as small as a pea. That's the answer, under the mattress. We'll test her tonight. One tiny bee beneath one thick downy mattress, so God, you're bright. Any genuine princess would feel it. If she doesn't, she's through. Get the tiniest pea and order one mattress. They'll make it 2.
Why not 5?
10, I think, would be plenty. Better still make it 20. And to play it safe and even that's not enough to ensure that she sleeps. We'll give her a soothing sedative. Won't we begin with a drink? Something stunning. Oh, but you're devilish. I love the way you think. She's insensitive, so insensitive. She'll fall asleep, no doubt. God, but you're clever. Genius, you are divine. Get out!
Well, it sure feels good to get me something dry. That old dress was just soaked.
Your Highness. Your father has asked to meet the young lady.
Why? He's never asked before.
He heard that she swam the moat.
Oh, Dauntless! Is your father anything like your mother? Because if he is,
Oh, no. My father's son.
Oh! I'd love to meet him.
Your Highness, the king welcomes you, and he hopes you'll get a 100 on the test tomorrow.
Oh, thanks!
Papa never touches the crown to his heart, unless he really means it.
Alas, madam, you see, the king is mute, or would speak for himself. He's still under a curse, cast by a witch, long ago, before Prince Nonplus was even born. The curse says, King Sextimus shall not talk until the mouse devours the hawk.
Until the mouse devours the hawk. Well, can't you just get a big mouse and a little hawk and
Well, we tried that once, but the mouse ran away and the hawk bit Daddy.
Just let me get this test over with and we'll figure something out, don't you worry. Certainly was a pleasure meeting His Majesty. A short while ago, I had the pleasure of meeting Her Majesty.
Sorry.
Now that is a nice man.
Your Highness, don't you think it's about time you talked to your son about, well, you know.
About what?
Oh, well, you see, Dauntless, your father feels that he's been neglecting his duties. And now that you're old enough to get married, perhaps it's time he has that little chat with you. You know, man to man.
You mean about things?
Uh-huh.
You mean now?
You're serious? Your father says maybe it would be best to wait until later. He has a few facts that he has to check first. You have a child.
Well, I certainly do like almost both your parents, Dauntless.
Well, we want you to be happy here, and we know it's a lot different than what you're used to.
Well, it is kind of hard making the adjustment to dry land and all.
You must feel like a fish out of water.
As a matter of fact, I do. See, where I come from, we don't have much dry land. Some of the poorer people do, but all the nobility live right in the swamps with their servants and pets.
Oh, do you have pets?
Lots.
Dogs?
Frogs. I come from a land of the foggy, foggy dew. Where walking through the meadow in the morning is like walking through the swamps of home, abrush with green and gold. At break of day, the swamps of home are lovely to behold. From far away, in my soul is the music of home. In my memory, the magic of the mud. I know that blood is thicker than water, but the swamps of home are thicker than blood. My heart grows dank and cold. My face grows gray when shadows fall and I hear the call of the swamps of home. I hear them come now, come back, call me Winifred, 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 Winifred. Who do you think you are, man of the swamps? You've gone too far, man of the marshland. Give up the struggle. Listen to the voice of the swamps. Here I roam, the whips of fate may smart, but tell me my heart, one that will abide, and will never be forgotten. Though I search far and wide, there is no land as wretched as the swamps of home.
The girls and I would like to lend you something to wear while your garment is drying.
Oh, thanks.
Ladies!
Douglas, I have to change now.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh, Douglas, it's bad luck to see too much of the bride before the wedding. We're done.
Ladies! please show me your gowns now, Your Highness?
Sure.
All right. Now here are the very latest things from Lady Gaga. Notice the fullness in the back, and the window sleeves come right down to the bodice. They'll make any man lose his poker face. It's really you. It'll look marvelous on. Don't you think so, Lady Beatrice? Oh, it's so stunning, I can just dance. Would Your Highness like to look in the mirror? Does Your Highness have a favorite color?
Oh, well, back home we were a lot of dark green and earth brown, but I guess my favorite color is the color of my very own dress right there. Huckleberry. I'll tell you what, you just leave those here, and the ones I can't use I'll send back.
Very good, Your Highness. Lady Beatrice, Lady Romeo.
There's no way. Come in!
Oh, well, I guess I won't need you here, Emily. They've already sent a girl up to do the floor. You're new here, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, remember, we all have a talk around here, and yours is just as important as anybody else's. Oh, dear sweet, sweet Princess Winifred, you will pass the Queen's test, you will. Gramercy, my dear, you cannot clean the floor with such a tiny patch. Here, what's this?
Oh, that's my Huckleberry dress.
Oh, well, use this old thing. Here you go. You gotta get started on the floor. The princess will be here any minute, and I have to get her room ready. Look at this chair. When did this get so dusty? And what is everything lying on the table for? This is supposed to be up here. You know that. Well, you have to know that. If you don't, then nothing goes well for the both of us. Here, come sweep the floor for me. Okay? Why are these books just laying around? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The princess is going to be here any minute. And what is she going to think of me when she comes into a messy room? Oh my goodness, I'm dripping. Oh my gosh. Okay, why is the table dripping wet? Oh, I'll use this. Here. Can't bear to see the delicate beauty of my royal mistress in such a messy place. Get that, please! Quick, 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 quick!
Harry!
Your Highness.
You're what?
Oh, get up. You know you don't have to go through the motions with me. Say, I'm awfully sorry about that whole swimming throat thing. I hope we didn't make a bad impression.
Not at all. Now, get one of your wet dresses and give it to one of the ladies in waiting. They'll be sure to take care of it for you.
Thanks. It's already been taken care of.
Ah, I see you with my dear Lady Larkin.
Oh, you mean this is the little Larkin girl?
The very same.
Harry! She's beautiful! And a bundle of energy.
When I gaze upon that captivating face, I realize how poor of a description I must have had.
Sir Harry's not very good at describing people, Your Highness.
Well, he might not know how to describe them, but he sure knows how to pick them. Okay, well, anyway, I will just take these up to the fourth floor. You'll excuse me.
Oh, I've never been so humiliated in my life.
What's the matter?
I thought she was a chambermaid.
A what?
A chambermaid.
Larkin, how could you? How could you mistake a princess for a chambermaid?
How could I? How could you mistake that chambermaid for a princess?
Don't say such a thing just because you made a stupid mistake.
I made a mistake. Don't you dare try to blame this on me.
I do blame it on you.
She was on her hands and knees scrubbing the floor.
She's a real lady, wherever she was. That's more than I can say about some people.
Oh, I hate you.
Well, I hate you too.
Get out.
Don't worry, I'm going. Goodbye.
something to make what's her name fall asleep. Ooh. Don't forget to whip up this good sleeping potion and some of those heavy incense. Oh, and don't forget the hypnotic mirror. Wait! The most important thing is that she's tired out first. I got it! We'll have an official ball tonight, and we'll make what's her name dance until she drops. But what can we do? Do you know the sacred brawl? Not tiring enough. Oh, I know! We'll do that new dance, the Spanish Panic. It's absolutely exhausting. Do you know it? It's all the rage in Venice. Everybody listen up! We are to have an official ball tonight and everyone is to attend. We'll be doing that new dance, the Spanish Panic, so might as well learn now. The basic steps are flip your skirts, close, open, right, right, right. Just that simple. Now, everybody try it, yes? Flip your skirts, close, open, right, right, wrong! Doesn't anyone around here know how to do the Spanish Panic?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Now, why don't we watch while Sir Harold and Lady Beatrice demonstrate? Well, thank heaven someone is up to date around here. Now let's all try it again, yes? Partner up, please. Prepare. Act. Isn't it wonderful? Don't you just want to fly? Woo!
What? You lost her? No way. All right, I'll help you. Watch and learn.
Any luck?
This close.
You know, I've been here for a month and he has not caught one yet.
I'll tell you what. Tomorrow, we're going to set a trap. You're joking. Not at all. What is it? What's wrong? Someone's coming? Who? The Queen!
This has to be the biggest lie
tonight's dancing, and tell the jester I want him to perform. Not that I'll be able to enjoy any of it with the pain in my back and the nagging ache in my jaw. Oh, no one will ever know what I suffer.
I know what you suffer.
What was she jabbering on about? Looks like she's gonna make us do something.
What?
Exercise.
Get warmed up?
What? Oh. Yeah.
What?
Someone else coming?
Who? I don't know.
My lady. Lady Larkin. Is there something wrong?
No.
Okay.
I felt faint, that's all. I was sitting in my room,
Right.
sewing, and it got stuffy, so I decided to come out and get some air.
Oh, it seems like you're playing camp for a while.
Aww. Your Majesty, you don't know, you just don't know. Does he have any idea of what could happen with the relationship between a man and a woman? Well, I'm glad I found out what I did. It's better this way. I'm leaving.
What? You're leaving?
Yes, I'm leaving the service of the Queen forever.
Well, that's a pretty big step to take all alone.
I have no choice.
You're leaving forever.
Yes.
Let me come with you.
And me!
No.
You want to take care of the working. Well, then who's going to take care of you?
Oh no. Chivalric duty does demand we take care of the king.
If you insist, Your Highness.
But she'll have to travel light.
Yes.
The way a man does.
Tell you what, we'll steal one of Prince Lopus's suits. You let us take those bags for you, you can wait in your room until then.
No, thank you. I don't need help from anyone.
Oh. Okay. You're gonna go all by yourself.
Yes.
Over the wall.
Yes, I don't need help.
Okay. She'll be fine, you know.
totally.
Once she gets past the water rats.
Rats?
Oh, they're nothing. They just live at the edges of these stagnant ponds by the quicksand.
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 Beyond the wall, which she must climb. It's ready to beat and come a slide.
Mine.
And infest with spiders.
Spiders?
Oh, the spiders are sweet compared to the snakes
Snakes?
on the other side.
Oh, well, they won't hurt you. Unless, of course, you plan to go alone.
I did, but if I'd known it was so terrible out there.
Think a second thought. Come with me. I know all the secret ways to set us free. Over the hills and to the open sea.
Then where?
Well, it's April, isn't it?
April.
Normandy is fine and fair, so Normandy is where we'll go. I can show you a beach where the peach blossom blows, and I know how to reach a man who knows a cozy inn, a friendly place with rows of windows facing the sea. This time of year, the air I hear is rare and clear and warm in Normandy. I know a meadow covered with mustard flowers, golden as the sun, where this thing can happen when an April day is done. There's a moment after the twilight when the sky is suddenly green, and the world stands hushed and waiting for the first white stars to convene. When you see that emerald sky, you'll know the reason why. There's not
your Eldorado, and to hell with Burgundy. Come fly with me. Come try those wings. Come swift, for we have things to do.
Is there truly a beach where the peach blossom blows? Are you sure you can reach that man who knows, that man who knows?
There's just a mine and
My landly sand, rows of windows facing the sea. This time of year, the air I hear is rare and clear. And don't be afraid, heaven must be Normandy.
Is everyone quite ready?
could give me a clue?
A clue?
I know it's highly secret, but what sort of test does she usually give?
Well, with Mama thinking of the test, it could be almost anything.
Like what?
Well, sometimes it's history, sometimes it's dancing, sometimes it's spelling, but sometimes it's a test of strength and endurance.
Ha!
For instance, one of the girls was supposed to lift this weight. She couldn't do it. I can't even lift it, but I know that you'll pass.
Do you want me to pass? I'll pass.
Hey, I think you're wonderful.
By the way, Goblin, I don't think I've ever told you. My full name is Winifred the Woebegone, but Winifred's too formal. You can call me by my nickname,
Winnie?
Fred.
Oh, Fred! What a beautiful name! So strength, so strong. So you. I like you, Fred. I like you.
You're just saying those words to be kind.
So I mean it. I love you,
He
Fred.
is out of his medieval mind.
I'm perfectly sane and sound. I've never felt better in my life. Everybody come and meet my incipient wife. My reasons must be clear. When she shows you all the strength she is, you'll stand right up and cheer. I love the Roman friend. She drinks just like the floor, so we sing a merry drinking song and let the wine be poured. I love the Roman friend. She sings just like a bird. You'll be left up to these speeches when her gentle voice is heard. She wrestles like a Greek. You won't clap your hands and run her at her fabulous technique. I love the drunken friend who dances with such grace. You are bound to sing her praises till you're purple in the face. She's musical to boot. She will set your feet on tapping when she plays upon her lute. I'm in love with a drunken friend, a clever, clownish wit. When she does her funny pantomime, your sides are sure to split.